There is a massive, dangerous misconception in the corporate world that migrating to the cloud is just about storing data on someone else's computer. But the terrifying reality is that cloud infrastructure is effectively a blank check signed directly to Amazon. My name is Elena, and as a lead cloud architect specializing in AWS and FinOps, my entire career revolves around building massive digital environments while aggressively preventing companies from accidentally bankrupting themselves overnight. Unlike the old days where a physical server room would just gracefully crash and go offline if it got overwhelmed with traffic, modern cloud architecture utilizes a powerful, automated feature called autoscaling, which means when traffic violently spikes, the network doesn't go down. It simply clones itself, instantly spinning up dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of highly expensive virtual servers in a matter of milliseconds. This elasticity is an incredible tool for handling genuine viral growth, but without strict, hard-coded instance limits and aggressive billing alarms explicitly designed to shut the system down if costs spiral out of control. A simple bot attack or a DDoS wave won't take your website offline. It will just endlessly trigger the autoscaling group until your company is millions of dollars in debt. The absolute most dangerous vulnerability in any enterprise cloud environment isn't a malicious hacker. It is an arrogant executive who believes that infinite scalability is a right rather than a massive financial liability and demands 100% uptime without comprehending the catastrophic costs. Stick around and hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk Empire, because today I am going to show you exactly what happens when a toxic VP forces you to delete every single financial safety net, and you simply step back to watch an automated cloud infrastructure literally spend his entire career into the ground. The absolute nightmare scenario materialized the second corporate installed Marcus as our new VP of digital marketing just weeks before the most aggressive, high-stakes advertising campaign in our company's entire history. Marcus was a man completely driven by ego and external optics, absolutely terrified that a sudden traffic surge might crash the platform over the launch weekend and publicly embarrass him in front of his industry peers. During a high-level technical review, he demanded full visibility into our AWS architecture to guarantee what he foolishly called absolute, uninterrupted uptime. That is when his untrained eyes locked onto the strict financial safety protocols I had meticulously engineered directly into our cloud environment. He immediately noticed that I had configured our autoscaling group with a non-negotiable hard cap, physically preventing the system from ever spinning up more than 50 simultaneous servers, alongside an aggressive set of automated FinOps billing alarms explicitly designed to trigger a hard traffic block the absolute second our weekend expenditure crossed the $10,000 threshold. To any sane cloud architect, these were standard, critical safeguards to prevent runaway infrastructure costs in the event of a malicious traffic wave, but to Marcus, who viewed every single piece of technology purely as an extension of his own marketing vanity, these limits were a direct insult to his anticipated success. Marcus was absolutely livid, viewing my carefully calculated financial safety nets not as standard engineering protocols, but as a deliberate, insulting lack of faith in his supposedly brilliant marketing campaign. He aggressively called an impromptu meeting, standing directly over my desk and demanding that I completely remove the hard limits on our AWS autoscaling group, explicitly ordering me to set the maximum instance capacity to unlimited so the cloud environment could theoretically spin up thousands of servers to catch every single potential click. When I tried to explain the massive vulnerability of an uncapped cloud architecture, he doubled down on his technical ignorance and explicitly commanded me to permanently delete all the AWS budgets and FinOps billing alarms. He arrogantly declared that he absolutely refused to let a pessimistic IT department automatically shut down his historic viral launch right in the middle of a massive global sales peak just to save a few dollars on server costs. He didn't care about malicious bot traffic, DDoS vulnerabilities, or exponential cloud expenditure rates. His only directive was that the website had to stay online no matter the cost. completely blind to the terrifying reality that demanding infinite cloud scaling without a financial ceiling is the exact equivalent of throwing a blank corporate credit card directly into the darkest corners of the internet. I completely refuse to waste my breath debating the brutal realities of cloud economics with a marketing executive who viewed complex technical infrastructure as nothing more than invisible magic. Instead, I calmly opened my laptop and meticulously drafted a formal cloud billing liability waiver. I used explicit, technical language to document exactly what would happen when we bypass the system's financial safeguards, clearly stating that uncapping the auto-scaling group over an unmonitored weekend without any AWS budgets or billing alarms guaranteed a high-probability risk of infinite, bot-triggered scaling and exponential, irrecoverable financial ruin. I printed the document, walked it directly into Marcus's office, and calmly informed him that I would not execute the unlimited scaling parameters unless he formally signed his name, legally assuming absolute operational and financial responsibility for any catastrophic AWS invoices generated during the launch. Marcus actually laughed in my face, aggressively snatched the pen out of my hand, and called me a timid, pessimistic engineer who was desperately trying to sabotage his historic launch with baseless anxiety. He arrogantly signed his name at the bottom of the page, fully convinced he was mastermind behind a bulletproof global campaign, and aggressively ordered me to remove the limits immediately. I want to pause the story right here to talk to every brilliant female cloud architect managing massive enterprise environments. Have you ever had a toxic executive force you to uncap your scaling limits and remove your FinOps safety nets? Go down to the comments right now and drop a cloud or a flying money with wings emoji if you know the absolute best defense against corporate ego is getting their catastrophic financial mandates signed in permanent ink. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk network, because you absolutely need to see exactly what happens when his uncapped servers finally meet the relentless reality of the internet. Back to the story. Marcus got his reckless infrastructure mandate, the executive board prematurely praised his aggressive launch strategy, and I returned to my terminal, methodically stripping away the hard instance limits and permanently deleting every single automated billing alarm. I sat back at my console, fully aware that I had just removed the only financial firewall standing between the company's bank accounts and absolute, unstoppable ruin. I calmly logged into the central AWS management console and executed Marcus's disastrous orders to the exact letter, systematically deleting the hard capacity limits on our auto-scaling group and permanently disabling every single AWS budget alert and FinOps billing alarm that I had meticulously configured to protect the company's financial assets. With the safety nets completely obliterated, our cloud architecture was effectively a wide-open vault, programmed to relentlessly provision highly expensive new server instances into infinity to meet whatever traffic demands hit the elastic load balancers. Friday evening finally arrived. The massive, highly publicized marketing campaign officially went live across multiple global networks, and Marcus immediately left the office to celebrate his anticipated viral success, completely oblivious to the digital nightmare that was already brewing. In the dead of night, while the executive team slept soundly dreaming of record-breaking conversions, our entirely unprotected servers were not hit by a tidal wave of eager, paying customers. Instead, they were aggressively targeted by a massive, automated swarm of malicious web scrapers and aggressive botnets. This relentless wave of synthetic traffic violently slammed into our main infrastructure, generating hundreds of thousands of fake clicks and complex database queries per second, quietly triggering the exact catastrophic scaling event I had warned him about while the entire marketing department was completely offline. Because I had explicitly followed Marcus's signed orders to permanently delete the financial safety nets, the AWS infrastructure did exactly what it was brilliantly engineered to do. It reacted to an infinite, unverified surge of traffic by mechanically provisioning infinite, highly expensive computing power. As the massive wave of malicious botnets aggressively slammed into our elastic load balancers, the completely uncapped auto-scaling group instantly began cloning our heaviest, most premium enterprise-grade virtual servers to handle the load. First, It dynamically spun up hundreds of new instances, and then, as the automated DDoS attack aggressively intensified throughout Saturday morning, it ruthlessly scaled into the thousands, all running at absolute maximum capacity merely to process and respond to entirely worthless spam queries. For 48 continuous hours, the cloud billing meter spun violently out of control without a single FinOps alarm to stop it, silently incinerating thousands of dollars every single minute. The entire unmonitored cloud environment essentially transformed into a massive, automated cash furnace, bleeding the company's operational budget completely dry throughout the entire weekend, while Marcus slept peacefully in his executive ignorance, entirely convinced that the complete lack of server downtime meant his brilliant marketing campaign was a historic, unprecedented global success. Monday morning finally broke, and the absolute reality of the unmonitored weekend crashed into the executive boardroom with the force of a freight train. Marcus strutted into the office, eagerly pulling up his digital sales dashboard to check the conversion metrics, only to be completely paralyzed when he saw that his historic, global campaign had generated almost zero actual human sales. But the true, horrifying disaster was waiting in the AWS billing console, which now prominently displayed a staggering, undeniable pending invoice of $4.2 million. Complete, unadulterated panic instantly consumed the executive suite. Desperate to save his own skin, Marcus frantically tried to throw my engineering team under the bus, screaming to the senior partners that our infrastructure had been catastrophically hacked and demanding an investigation. I didn't say a single defensive word. I simply walked into the emergency meeting, connected my laptop to the main screen, and projected the high-resolution scan of the cloud billing liability waiver he had arrogantly signed just 3 days prior. The massive display clearly highlighted his signature directly beneath the explicit, non-negotiable clauses detailing his absolute, written orders to remove the auto-scaling hard limits and permanently delete the FinOps billing alarms. The exact actions that allowed the automated botnets to legally incinerate $4 million of company capital. It instantly obliterated his pathetic hacking narrative, proving that the cloud infrastructure hadn't failed. It had performed perfectly according to his own reckless, documented mandate. Marcus was terminated for gross negligence before the meeting even adjourned, publicly escorted out of the building by corporate security. Before the CEO could even ask me to fix the massive billing disaster, I calmly slid my resignation letter across the table, announcing the launch of my independent FinOps cloud consultancy. The very next day, the terrified senior partners hired me back as an external contractor at a premium enterprise rate, specifically to leverage my architecture expertise to aggressively renegotiate their massive bot traffic debt with Amazon and safely rebuild their entire cloud infrastructure from the ground up. To every brilliant woman architecting the modern cloud, your highest value isn't just in writing perfect infrastructure code, it is in ruthlessly protecting your own liability when an arrogant executive demands infinite scale. If you know exactly how to weaponize a paper trail against corporate ignorance, go down to the comments right now and drop a money bag or a cloud emoji so I know you are watching. Hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk Empire. Always keep your FinOps alarms strictly active and never rescue a bankrupt executive for free.